I am introducing our third reader, Cameron Barnett. And actually, just a surprise, a special announcement from Cameron. Today, April 6, 2016, is the drop of our mixtape, The Popeye Sessions. Nah, I'm kidding. Cameron wrote a really short bio, and I was just like, I'm not going to let him get away with that. So, here's the actual bio he gave us. Cameron has poems forthcoming in Barely South Review, Tri-Quarterly, and the Minnesota Review. He will read those and others to you now. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, and the most affectionate way I can say this, my nigga, Cameron Barnett.
That's pony. I figured you know that, but... yeah, I was going to write a longer bio, but I didn't know what to say, and I had a lot of feelings. But basically, I love Speakeasy. I think this is an awesome space for us, and I'm going to miss it. But I got 4 poems for you guys. All of these are from my manuscripts. A few of them have gotten published recently, so I was like, why not? So, let's start. This first one's called, I feel like I've read this one a lot in Speakeasy, but I don't know. It's called Between Skin. Suppose I say the word autumn and write satchel on a small blank note card, lick it closed in an envelope and mail it to you. So as you open it, standing alone in your cold kitchen, you recall crimson leaves crunching under our feet, the smell of the steep city trail, how we split clammy palms long enough for a love note to slip beneath the red patched flap of your bag, the corners of your grin pinned back with hesitation, our shoes kicking up the dirt. Or would you remember one evening that winter, over heated pots, your mother's steady stirring, bag in hand, the draw of your wrist unzipping, my notes pouring onto the table, the pinch of sleeve and skin in the zipper teeth, your mother's sparrow eye watching you flush-faced, and the sigh and swift spurn of her snatching the red leather. I know I am hard to remember sometimes, especially when the morning finds you only mostly clothed, blushing by the sink with your coffee and a simple card-reading satchel. Just think of it as a missed kiss, and that sting at the wrist, the tug between skin and bone, is the way I remember you, too. This one's newer. It's called Black Locusts, after Alison Seaback. There are no gardens in my neighborhood, just 3 black locust trees in my backyard. All spring, cream white petals blooming like baby teeth, nectar drooling from the center. In the summer they stand, as if for a portrait, lined up like siblings in the corner of my window. I grow fond of how they bend toward each other. By autumn they droop and withdraw like moody teens, leaving all their trash behind them. They are the children I pray every night to have. In western Pennsylvania, 3 seasons go by in a day. I'm used to it. I take the leaf blower to their bases, a stay-at-home father cleaning out and rearranging rooms while empty nesting, whistling all the while. Later, when winter comes, I watch kudzu creep up their trunks, wrapping itself over every inch, stealing away the last bits of sun. Before the first snowfall, I'll sharpen a hatchet, read up on girdling, stand at the window, and wonder which sort of death they deserve. So, y'all know I love to write about Emmett Till, so this is my latest Emmett Till poem. It's called Emmett Till Haunts the Library in Money, Mississippi. What I can't let you know is that death, too, is a snore. A sooty shelf of unmoving paper with some gas bag lady at the front desk. If you knew, there'd be too many questions how I sneak past heaven's gate some days to nap against the silent stacks, feel the blood in my head drip into the young adult fiction. Mamie always preached good posture, so I sit straight at least. When I was black, I grew used to the shuffle of visibility, to the "move, boy," and the 1,000-yard stare over my head. So being ghost isn't all new or scary. No one asked me what came out of my lips 60 years ago because I might as well be ink on closed pages, lost somewhere in the archives. You can't judge a book by its facts or flaps or back cover, But a black boy is the title and the illustration staring you in the face, asking to be seen or sampled, but not smothered between the other black boys, forgotten, dog-eared, and ditched. I don't love death, but I don't mind reading the periodicals for faces like mine, putting names to the ones I'll welcome through the gate soon. This last one's actually the title of my manuscript. It's called The Drowning Boy's Guide to Water. Shout out to Nina Schabach for inspiring the title. The Drowning Boy's Guide to Water. Remember the strength of chlorine, the indoor pool, swim class clinging to the kickboard, then jumping from the ledge into the arms of the smiling white lady, only mostly sure she would catch you. Mom calling, "Cameron, Cameron," to get you to look, and said, "Kick, kick." Remember, there's nothing a mother won't do for one still shot of your head above the water. It's important to always practice good form. Kick your legs. Remember Tortola, the sea like melted marbles, and the sun at the equator, your brown skin browning. With a stretch of snorkel between your teeth, you jumped in and chased a sea turtle for the length of the tiny island's beach. The pressure in your ears right when you thought you could catch it, Mom and Dad sighing when you came back to the surface. Remember, your worst fear is not being able to breathe. Most people who drown are brown, and 80% of people who drown are male. Don't forget to kick your legs. Don't forget middle school musicals, all the costumes and makeup, the white boys making jokes about blackface, the laughter gurgling in their necks, no one else like you to back you up. Sometimes you will swallow water. Remember, a throat is the size of a skittle or a hole in a hoodie, and Trayvon's legs kicked hard against the night. Drowning isn't loud or splashy. It's silent, autonomic, neck tilt and terror. When you are drowning, feet become rocks, hands push down water in vain, and the thump of blood is the only thing that can be heard. It is all supposedly painless. Always remember that. Always remember your first girlfriend's grandmother sneering at the sight of her white arms wrapped up in your hoodie, how you pretended it was painless but you couldn't help but kick your legs, or how nobody will save you anymore when you yell, "I can't breathe, so just kick your legs," or every sidewalk where a white girl sees you, pulls her phone up to her face, and crosses the street like she's guarding something secret. Kick your legs. Remember that you have been a white girl's secret before. Kick your legs. When you are drowning, don't forget to practice good form. Float on the surface. Part the water with your lips. Only swallow as much as you can hold.